Hey guys, what's going on? Hope everybody's having a good day. Thanks for tuning back into the video. And it's the end of the summer. When I'm shooting this video, it's the second week of August, and that means it's drop shot time around a lot of parts of the country. And drop shots, they work all year long, but specifically they really work good in late summer when you're starting to get in August and September. Traditionally, the fishing's a little bit tougher, a little bit harder to catch them. And in most lakes across the country, there's some type of a suspended drop shot bite going on. If you've got a lake that is an impoundment and has anything over like 3 foot of visibility in it, you're gonna have some suspended fish that can be caught on a drop shot. So today I wanna give you guys a quick, sort of a basic 101 tip on drop shot baits and which to choose. Between the two I wanna talk about is the traditional, just 4-inch worm, like most people drop shot, and the, sorry, I dropped my bait here, and the a small swim bait like this Megabass Hazendong shad. So basically you have two different styles here. You've got the worm and the shad bodies. So I think traditionally a lot of people, they have not thought about shads until just the last couple of years with the advent of just basically the small swim bait technology taking off, and it's become a big player the last couple of years, and they're definitely something I mix up 50-50 now. So the real simple tip I want to give you guys as far as when to choose what is, first of all, you have to have both on. If you're fishing a drop shot bite for suspended fish, or if you're just fishing on the bottom, either one, a lot of times you can mix them up and catch fish under both situations. The thing that I found out a little bit more about drop shot worms is they tend to work a little bit better if the bait, if the fish are closer to the bottom. If those bass are on the bottom or they're just suspended a little bit slightly above the bottom, that's when I'll take a 4-inch worm like this Zoom finesse worm. I'll either nose hook it sometimes, or if you're fishing a lake that has a lot of spotted bass or smallmouth, you can wacky rig this with your drop shot hook. Just a small #1 drop shot hook on both of these. And also on top of that, all the time I'll take off and I'll bite it off at the egg sac to make it a little bit shorter. And specifically, I've been doing really good down at Table Rock lately on biting this 4-inch finesse worm off. So if you have a lake that has a lot of it's like spotted bass or smallmouth in it, biting that off will look really good. But if you're fishing a lake where those bass are suspended up higher in the water column, say for example, like right now where a lot of the fish are suspended above the treetops at Table Rock, if they're in that mid range depth a little bit when you're drop shotting them, that's when I like to use the little shads. This little 3-inch Megabass Hazendong shads have been a big player for me this summer at Table Rock. I did a video a couple days ago. You guys saw me catching a few on it. But if you're in that type of water where you have a lot of suspended fish, and if the water is clearer than 3 feet, if you've got like over 5 foot of visibility, this little small swim bait like the Hazendong shad is really productive. I nose hook it all the time, just on the end with a #1 drop shot hook. Also, if you're fishing a lake with a lot of smallmouth bass in it, that Hazendong shad will be really productive. If you guys have watched much of like the MLFs and the Elite Series up on the northern swing of states we're making now, St. Lawrence River, St. Clair, all those Great Lakes, that's been a big player this summer for smallmouth, is that little Hazendong shad there. So basically, like I said, you have to just figure out what the fish want. Mix them up, have 2 different rods out with the same weights on it. Mix it up between nose hooking the little worm and rigging it wacky style, and then going with a little shad on top of that. There's really no other way that you can tail above that. Another thing that works really good, I found out, is the worm tends to be a little bit more consistent throughout the year. In other words, there's always going to be some fish biting that drop shotted worm, whereas the shad seems to shine in really cold water or really hot water. So I'll use the shad a lot of times in the middle of the winter or the middle of the summer. But if it gets more into the spring, early summer, fall, that type of stuff, it seems like I get more bites on the worm. So anyway, guys, just a quick tip, 101 drop shot tip as far as bait selection. Colors, again, I'll just briefly cover the colors. I usually use some type of a natural worm color, green pumpkin, watermelon. Sometimes I'll use a shaddy type color like a baby bass. And then again on the shads, I'm always using a shad pattern on that. So just give it a try. I think you guys will help out. Little simple tips. We'll be back with some more drop shot tips later on. There's a lot of different aspects to drop shot fishing, but this is just one of them. And also they got a big selection of these Hazendong shads at Baitworks. If you guys are interested, you can order them online there. I'll include the Baitworks link in the description on the video here, and a good way to help the channel out if you want to do that. So we'll talk to you guys later. See you.